Alright, so last night was not so amazing as far as sleeping goes. The hostel was fine and it was clean, and I was in the shared space and I was the only person there, so that was great. What was tough was that the manager guy was watching like YouTube videos all night long really loud because he has to stay up, and he was like sweeping and cleaning, which is good because he keeps it clean, but like, ugh. Yeah, it was not awesome. The other thing is that they have some kind of weird sound thing there in Mexico, believe it or not, San Luis Potosí. So I couldn't have the dryer running after 10, and so the electricity stopped, and it left me with, like, wet socks. So I'm wearing, like, wet socks today. I've got a bag full of wet socks. I had to separate them from my other clothes. But yeah, wet socks and wet underwear, I guess I should remind myself. So this is just leaving from San Luis Potosí. Believe it or not, they have a KTM dealer here, so I needed to run down to the KTM dealer and pick up all the stuff for my oil change because we were planning on doing the oil change in Chiapas the next day. So anyway, just running through town, heading over and looking for the KTM dealer. So I'm not exactly sure why it is, but for some reason the KTM dealers and bike dealers and car dealers south of the border are all way nicer than they are here. The KTM dealers here look like, I don't know, like abandoned houses got filled with motorcycles. But down there, it's like state-of-the-art everything. They have great tools, great entries, everything in them. Like, they're great showrooms, great parts department. The only thing they don't have is great prices. Even the people are pretty nice down there. So this is like the ultimate service drive. And they share with the Harley dealer. It's the same owner, but the guy has just dumped money into this place and made it super nice. So that whole section used to be filled with motorcycles, but then I was like, no, this beat is too good for that. I gotta dance. This is the road from San Luis Potosí, heading down towards Mexico City. I'm not sure what the event was this day, but they had a big bicycle rally race thing going on. Basically bicycles the whole length of the road. And then there's also some kind of a junior relay thing going where the kids were running and they had Virgin Marys they were carrying or something. So I'm guessing it was a religious holiday in October. I have not gone back and looked up what it was. I should probably go back and look up what it was and put it in the video right here. So traffic sucks because of this. But just cruising and enjoying the sights. Thousands and thousands of bicycles. Just a really unified people doing something for some kind of cause. I mean, it might have just been a bike race. I don't know. They might not have cared, but I'm going to say it was for charity. It was for the kids. This is actually riding in Mexico City at this point. I thought I had a lot more video, and I guess the video ferry took it away, but this is riding in from the north end of Mexico City. It's starting to get busy, but it's not busy. I thought I had a lot of video in the heart of the city, and apparently I do not. So this is before traffic got crazy. Traffic was pretty crazy. You don't feel like you're in Mexico or Guatemala or Costa Rica. You feel like you're in LA or worse. The traffic is just like stop and go when you get into it. There's nowhere to go. The exits are really spread apart, and I needed gas actually. So when I was in Mexico City, I ended up having to pull over and look around for a gas station, and it was hard to find gas where I was, or when it was convenient, I guess I should say. And it was, by the time I found one, the gas station was so lined up, it took me like 20 minutes to get gas. So kind of a loss of time, but I had to pull over, get gas, stood in line. They don't take anything but cash at half of these places, so you have to carry around cash. You don't know if you need it or not. I didn't use a card at the one just because by the time I got to the front, I just wanted to put gas in and leave. But I was running low on pesos. I didn't want to use a lot of pesos because I knew I'd be leaving the country the next day. So anyway, so this is just riding towards TEPOZTLAN. And I guess it's not. I was riding to CHIAPAS the next day. And this is just riding along the freeway going south. And eventually you're given the option, you can be up on that top freeway or below and completely skip Mexico City. A lot of people are scared of Mexico City. The people in Tepoztlan, or in San Luis Potosí, had told me not to stop there. They said people steal the bikes, and it's been happening a lot lately. I didn't stop for a few hours or anything, but I did go through town and do a loop just to check it out. I felt fine, but, you know, everybody has their own level of comfort. So some people are comfortable amongst the people, and some people are not, and I'm fine just riding through on the Technicolor rainbow jacket. So anyway, so rode through town, got to see it all, and after I got through Mexico City, I headed down south towards Tepoztlan. Right through here is like right before it really starts backing up. You can see the tail lights going on. So I'm not going to kill you guys with the details of traffic jams, and also I lost the videos anyway, so I think we're going to cut it short here. Okay, so first sighting of the ants. Probably can't even see them. These are the reason you don't really want to sleep on the ground. Anyway, TEPOZTLAN, and so as I headed in, at first everybody told me how this is this magical pueblo and it's super awesome, and I was looking at this at the start and I was like, yeah, it looks like any other little town, and I don't really see what you're looking at. And I was kind of looking for a hostel. I didn't know where I was going to sleep this night. I figured if it was a touristy town, I'd find something easy. But this right here is kind of like the gate to Tepoztlan. As you go down through here, this little pueblo really starts opening up. So you ride through. There's a hostel actually right on this hill, but I wasn't ready to stop. So I was like, I could stop. That's the hostel right there on the left. I was like, I could stop, but let's just keep going. I want to see what this little town looks like. Let's check it out. And if I need to, I'll go back up to that hostel. But as you're going down, everything just, you're slowly losing your nice concrete or asphalt roads, and it turns into, you got it, cobblestone. So you're in cobblestone, just really rough, narrow roads, lots of traffic, lots of people, not a lot of places to go, work being done. And I wanted to just cruise around and kind of give you an idea of what this little pueblo is all about. And so this will just kind of follow along as I cruise around looking for the hostel. I found one about halfway through, but then I wanted to cruise the town still. So also something that you may or may not notice, it is raining here, it is wet, and it has a lot of steep hills. So you'll see at the end of this alley, I decided I'm going to take a left, I believe, if this is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, so right here you can't really tell, but the ground is wet, and it's a super steep hill, and I didn't know if my tires were going to grip enough to get me up this hill. So I just kind of kept going, wanted to take the first turn. Oh, what do you know, dead end. So I had to turn it around, wait for everybody, and just keep going. So 12-point turn, totally Austin Powers here. Get around the mom and her baby in the road and keep on cruising. So eventually I settled on this hostel here. It's kind of not much of a hostel, to be honest. It's more like a rental house, and you're just renting rooms out of it. So um, the owner hangs out a lot. Nice guy. That's me. I look awesome. The other thing that's cool about Tepoztlan is that there's a ruin, Aztec ruin, up on the mountain on the east side of the town, I think. So you can go up there. There's a pyramid you can hike up to. I think it's like a 2 or 3 hour hike. Look it up. It's pretty awesome. My room was clean. The pyramid is up there. If you see that first little mound on the left as the hill comes down, that's the pyramid. So you can hike up to there. But yeah, secure parking, great people, amazing pueblo.